Hello everyone, Argsy here. Welcome back to Spectacle Island. Now we are just carrying on with where we finished off last time, which was trying to get all these potatoes picked up and sold. So we're just going to obviously carry on with that. So there's a bit of a task here in front of us. We've still got a lot of potatoes out here in the field, but things were going pretty well. Now I've had a lot of you comment about the boat. Now I have done some experimenting and I have updated the version of the map, so we are on the most recent version, which saw a few more changes to the boat, but none that actually helped us. So the only way I could get the boat to fill is either to take it over to the farm silo and fill it up that way, or it is possible to use conveyors or something like that, but obviously we don't have enough money. So basically, talking to the guys who operate the boat, they have said if I can get a conveyor down at the dock, they would be happy to come and be filled up and loaded from there and take it to the sell point. So it might be something we have to do in the future, whether we purchase an auger or a conveyor belt or something which can get us some way to load into the boat and therefore make use of those sell points. But for now we really don't have access to them, so we're just going to have to make do with what we've got. Potentially, maybe in the future, once we've got a bit of money, maybe there's an option to build our own little dock here and have a position where the boat can come up and berth down here off the bank, and we can get down and fill it up with a conveyor belt or auger or something like that. So that's certainly something to aspire to. Now, the other thing you've asked me a lot about is our gold bar. So what I've decided to do with the gold bar is I am going to sell it. I think we've talked about that before, but how I'm going to treat that is to use the money we earn from the gold bar to sort of improve the farm from an aesthetic point of view. So nothing that will give us a boost or a gain to increase the productivity or anything like that, increase the type of material or the equipment we can get, but more to use it for pressure washers, for example, or to pave or metal the driveway. So things that are just going to make everything look a little bit neater, but not particularly give us a big financial boost to progress the farm a little bit quicker. So that's how I am planning to do that. So we, if we get time today, I might grab that out from its secret hiding place and take it down to the gold mine and get it sold. So then we could potentially get this driveway covered, metalled, smoothed out, so it's a little bit more pleasant to drive on. But for now, I'm just going to carry on going, like I said, with these potatoes, go and get the rest of these sold, or as many of them as I can, and then we'll see what the price is like for silage. I don't just want to spend the whole time doing some haulage. We will have to go and pick up our combine at some stage because the oat field there is getting pretty close to being ready. And I still do want to get some sheep, and I know now, looking at our bank account, we are a little bit closer to being able to afford something like that once we've purchased the combine, though, of course. So for now, just let me carry on with this, and we'll catch you again soon. Alright, we're back here. I've got sort of the last load that we have in the field. We've just spent the best part of 2 hours, real time, cutting all these potatoes down to the sell point. So we've done 10 loads at $1,400 each, so we've added another $14,000 to the bank account, plus the 3 loads we did in the previous episode. So we're doing pretty well at the moment. I'm not going to complain about the income, but the time it's taken to do it has been a lot longer than even I expected. So obviously we're pretty hamstrung by the size of equipment we've got, by the amount we can take in each load, which is a bit of a shame, but it is what it is, and live by the decision we made to do potatoes. So I'm just going to leave this pretty much ready to go for the next load, because I think we're going to manage to get all these picked up. Almost. Very close to, but I'm not going to put them in the front. We'll just leave that there. We'll come over here, disconnect the trailer, and go and get the potato harvester hooked back up again. And then we'll get the rest of these potatoes lifted and get them all sold too. I was tempted to leave them in the ground and do it another time, but I'm just want to get this finished so we can get this field ploughed up again and planted with something else. So we'll get this backed into, we'll get it hooked up, and we'll be off lifting the rest of the potatoes. Alright, there we go, we've all hooked up. We'll just come in here. We might have to go around this end, just to clear out around this tree a little bit first. And then I might just open up through the middle once we've done this. Oops, not dropping them on the ground. There we go. So we turn around, we'll go down the middle, and then we'll work across either side, back and forth. So we'll get this done and carry on with the loading. Alright, I think that is all the potatoes out of the ground now. So we'll just head over here. We'll take the potato harvester off somewhere. I might just take it off here next to the loading wagon. We'll have to have a bit of a rearrange down in the shed at some stage. But here's as good a place as any. So we'll just get this disconnected. And now, I guess it's the unenviable task of carrying on with getting these all loaded up and sold. So we'll just carry on with that. Now I do intend to keep a few potatoes, not too many, but just in case we want to get some seed again once I've got over this pleasure. We will keep some, so I might go down to the shop and get some bins or something, boxes to put them in. For now, we will just carry on getting these down to the sell point. Alright, so we're back here. We have only a very small amount of potatoes left. 19 trips so far down to the sell point. 14 alone in this episode. So it's been a bit of an effort. And to say I am regretting my decision, but I'll live by it, would not be a lie. What I'm going to do now, I did say I wanted to get some potato boxes and keep a few, mainly in case we have some harebrained idea of growing them again, so we'd keep the seed. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up. Now I need to drop the bucket off as well, but we're just going to take this down with us to the shop, and we will go and pick up some pallet forks firstly, and some boxes or potato bins on the back of there. So we'll just see if we can get that detached. Alright, there we go, we've got the bucket off the front. So we'll head down to the shop, pick up a pallet fork, grab a few potato boxes, and then we'll be back here to finish off the last of those potatoes. Alright, so we've just been into the shop. We've purchased 4 potato bins, and we also got the pallet fork. So I'm hoping we're able to fit the bins actually on this trailer now. I know it's got no strap, so it's going to be a bit of a cautious drive back to the farm. But we've also got a few potatoes on here. I thought I'd come down and try out the sell point here on the ship as well. We haven't used this one yet, so it is up here at the front. So I'm hoping we can just drive over top of it, and actually we might have to open the it's going to be fun to back up to, because I think we're going to have to open that hatch, are we? Just going to have a look. There we go. We do indeed. And then we tip into there, so looks like we should be able to drive over that. Looks like a pretty sturdy grate. We'll just swing around. Coming over top. There we go. Our unload trigger. So we'll get those emptied into there. Now, unfortunately, I looked at the price. Earlier on, the cargo ship was quite a good price, but it's actually dropped down below where we were shopping at, or selling at the root crops. But what really brought a tear to my eye was the price of the boat unloading station too. $120 more than what we've made. So we've already made close to $27,000. So another 50% on top of that, we would have been well above $40,000 earned. But it was not to be. We weren't able to get to the ship, so we'll just have to carry on. We'll worry about that later, and make do with the price we got. Still a decent amount of money. What will be interesting is to see what the next crop we put in that same field, what we earn off that. So we'll get these loaded up. I'm really not sure if we're going to fit them or not, and get them back to the yard. Right, it's not the most attractive of loads, but we've got the 4 pallets on the back, or the 4 bins on the back. We've got our liquid fertilizer on the front, so we can take that back as well. It's been sitting up on the boat for a wee while now. And we've also grabbed our bike, which has been down at the shop for quite a long time, and got that up in one of the bins. So we're going to very delicately drive this back to the farm. We'll need the bike soon, because we will be wanting to come back down and pick up the combine, because we won't be far away from buying that. So wish me luck. Fingers crossed I'll see you back at the farm with everything still on the back as it is right now. Well, surprisingly enough, we have made it back in one piece. Everything's still on the back. We lost the bike a couple of times, so we had to replace that up on the top there. Tried it on the forks on the front, or sitting on sort of in behind the pallet, but didn't like that either. So But the bins actually stayed in place really, really well. I thought they were going to be a lot worse than they were. So it was a good result. So now it's just time to get them unloaded, get some potatoes in the bucket, get over here and get everything finished off. So I'll just get the fertilizer put in there, then we'll get those boxes taken down. And then there might still be a few potatoes left. We might have to make one more trip over to the sell point, but we can handle that. We know the route just about blindfolded now. Alright, just getting the bucket back on. We've got the bins unloaded. Just put them there on the edge of the field. So we'll just race over here and pick up some potatoes and go and get them tipped in there. And then we'll have to wait and see how many we've got left over still to sell. Oh, there we go, full bucket load. So we'll just get this lifted in over these. I am assuming I should just be able to tip the potatoes in, and it will start filling one. There we go, filling the far corner. That's that one full. If we go back, is it filling the one next to it? Perfect. There we go, and just twist over like that. We've got that one full, so we'll not quite need a full bucket for these last two bins. Alright, there's our third one full, and if we back up there, we should get this a fourth one full. It's a good job. Alright, we'll go and pick the last few up. Should be enough to get close to a full load in the tractor and trailer, and we'll go and get them sold, and then we'll be all done with potatoes for what will probably be a very long time. And that's the last 429 litres of potatoes left in the field in the bucket. Now, as fate would have it, of course, we won't quite be able to sell them all. I don't think we're going to get them all in this trailer. No, not if I miss the trailer as well. They're certainly not going to go in there. Let's get those picked up and try once more. The trailer is just about full. I think it should only take 50 or so litres. In fact, it is full. I must have taken a few out of there. Alright, so we'll not quite sure what we'll do with the rest of these. I just have to put them in a pile somewhere. I wonder if I can put them in the planter. Not sure how many more that might take. No, only took 50 or so, so we're still left with about 300 litres. But not to worry, we will just leave it in the bucket for now. Parked back in here. And we'll go and get the tractor and get this last load down to the sell point. Alright, so we're down here at the root crop sell point down at the docks with our last load of potatoes tipping out of the tractor. So no doubt another $1,417, $1,104. The price has plummeted. We really missed the boat on that one. But with that, it must take us to a grand total, because we spent about $1,000 on the forks and the boxes. But a grand total of, let's say, $39,000, and we started with 10, so we earned about 29 grand off those potatoes. Plus we've got the few back at the farm already, so let's call it 30 grand. So not a bad profit. A lot of work though, very labour intensive, and not something I'm that keen to repeat. But we'll head back up to the farm now, and we'll get those boxes put away. They need to go in the shed and get under cover, and then we'll have a look at what else we've got to do. Alright, we're just getting the last of our potato bins. I've had a bit of a tidy up around the yard, around the sheds, pulled the hay baler out so we could get some of the bins in the back, moved the firewood boxes out and around, so we had just a little bit tidier in there. Not quite sure. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this up high enough to go on top. No. That's alright, it can just sit down in front on the ground. There we go. So we'll leave that one there. And now we've got some space, we can put the hay baler back in there in front and get everything else tidied up just a little bit more. Alright, there we go, that's the, what's going on? You right over here? You right, Mr. Bird? You don't look too good. Don't know whether you're coming or going. Alright. Weird. Anywho, there is the shed all tidied up for now. Got the potato harvester and the trailer just parked up out here. So that's a good work. Right, I'm just going to go over and have a look at the oat field. It can't be too far away from being harvested, so I'm just trying to decide whether we go down and pick up our combine now. So this is looking pretty good. Nice stand of oats here. So that it doesn't look like it's too far away from being nice and gold and ready to harvest. So it'll be exciting to get that all done. What I think I might do, we might jump on our bike, we'll go down and get the combine so we're ready to go for next time. But before I do that, I might just come and stand right here and get our sheep pasture placed. So we can start making plans for getting some sheep next time as well. Alright, so there it is. We've got it just in the centre there. I'm just trying to decide whether we'll do what we talked about last time, which was to have it around this sort of way. Could even have it forward a little bit, the sheep would roam across the yard. I think I might do it that way because I expect that will require less ground contouring, because it levels out the area where the feed triggers and everything are. So that's probably going to require the least amount. If we just sort of get that there, we'll probably flatten a little bit, lower it down and raise a bit up. So I reckon about there, if we just bring up F1, it's going to cost us $308 worth of landscaping. So that's not too bad. So let's go on that, and there we go. There is our sheep pasture. So that's looking pretty good. Actually, that's not too bad at all. A little bit of a rise there, and a little bit at this end. But we'll get the landscaping tool out and give that a tidy up. But now we are all set to get some sheep. So I'll need to organise some water. We'll need to get a water wagon or something like that. And we've got our grass bales already, so we can feed some sheep. The other thing, I was just going to have a look in where the buy trigger is, which is just here. So $1,500 per sheep, and we'd be paying $100 delivery fee. So if I was to spend 15 grand on sheep, that would be 10 sheep, we'd pay $1,000 in delivery. So I'll just have to figure out if it's worth buying a animal transport trailer, but we'll sort that out next time. It's good to have those ready to go. And I'll just go and jump on the bike and we'll head down to the shop and find our combine. Alright, back down here. Our bike will think it's going to get neglected again, leaving it there again. Let's just pop in here. Now, we talked to them last time about our combine, so hopefully they have got it here ready for us to go. So let's have a look. So we were going to head here with the international harvester. All pretty much as it is. I don't see any change in the wheels. And we are certainly not going to be able to afford a GPS on that yet. Factory new used, so $1,100. We can handle the $5.5 grand. So we'll just buy that there. Now we need the header. Have a look under here, and we've got the header here. We'll buy that. And I think the last thing was a header trailer. Now I had a quick look, and I'm hoping that this trailer here is compatible with it. So we're going to take a punt and hope that that's going to work. So let's go up to the boat and get that all sorted out and ready to get back to the farm. Alright, so before I started loading anything up, I thought I would check, and we don't appear to have a rear hitch on the combine. So that's going to be problematic for getting the header back on the trailer. So I think we're going to have to take a bit of a punt and try and get the header back with it attached to the combine. Obviously our other option would be to load it up now and then come back down with the tractor to get the header on the trailer. But I think if we just look at the sizes there, I reckon we should be okay to get this around on the route that we've got to go on. See if I can get this attached. I know it gave me an option to attach it from in the cab. Maybe this doesn't work with manual attach either. Just hop back in here. There we go. Get that lifted up and try and turn it on actually. See if it all works. Looks to be working there. That's good. Get it unfolded, the flap on the top, hold that back down. Actually we'll just try that. There we go, pipe out. Alright, well that's not too bad actually. We'll get that put back in, we'll get the combine folded up and we'll head back down to the farm. I reckon we're going to be fine with the width, getting this back past everything. So I might just, before we go, might just hop back into the shop and tell them we don't need that header trailer and get some money back for it. Well, that was a $750 test that didn't quite work. But not to worry, so having bought this, we've still got 25 grand there, so I reckon the option of buying 10 sheep, spending the $15,000 will not be a bad one for next time. But let's get this back to the farm and we'll have a look at that then. Alright, so here we are back at the farm. Oats still aren't quite ready, so we'll run this just back down to the shed, park it up down there, and make sure everything else is ready to get in and start harvesting in here next time. Alright, there we go. We'll just get the header put down and turn that off and leave it there for now. But that's a pretty good little harvester for what we've paid for it. 10 grand, or was actually 7 grand for the combine and the header. We had another 3 grand for the header trailer we didn't spend, it all didn't end up needing. So that's not a bad deal. So time will tell though, once we get it into the field, how it goes. But I think I'm going to wrap things up for that. Super stoked to see the end of these potatoes. We'll need to get in and get this field ploughed and get it ready for another crop. I might take a couple more trees down on the other side and just extend it just a touch. Just make it a little bit better shape. Possibly even take that tree out there. I am mindful though that we do need to expand our yard. We do need to get another shed. We're starting to run out of space for equipment. And then next time as well, we'll look at getting the sheep. We'll have to buy a water barrel or tank or something for that, and get those delivered. But for now, I'm just going to potter away a little bit more on this truck. I reckon I'm not very far away from getting it going. I've got a list of parts, so I'll get in touch with the shop, make sure they can supply them all. I'd love to be able to use it for the oats after using the tractor and trailer for the potatoes. I think having something might have a bit more capacity, I don't know, but it's also completely full of junk. So we'll see how we get on. I'll keep fiddling around with it, see if we can figure out what was wrong and get it going. But thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you've enjoyed that episode. It was a bit of a drawn out one with the potatoes. They did take a very long time though, and I've spared you most of the pain with that. As I said, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.